Alright, let's see what we're doing. Hey guys, welcome back to another Dazzling Rambles. I am just making this as a quick stream to kind of figure out what I used to be doing when I did drawing streams a little bit. Trying to get back into the routine of it, as well as making sure I can figure out a better layout. So this isn't gonna be like a super long stream, maybe an hour at most. An hour and a half. I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of trying to get back into the groove of it for my art stuff. That wasn't scary at all, Duncan. Yeah, that wasn't scary at all. Let me just. Oh, God. Sorry, Evie. She's just kind of like laying there like a cat. And I know a few people have been wondering when am I gonna get back into doing more reviews, and I'm just like, that's a lot to deal with. Because usually I try to preserve most review stuff for a later time, and I think ever since the whole Superman thing started, everyone's just been like wondering when am I even gonna go see it, and I'm like, once the theater hype dies down a little bit, then I'll go see it. I feel like a lot of people just think I'm gonna be immediately at the line waiting, and I'm like, yeah, as much as the dog is cute, I'm not gonna sit in the line. I'm not gonna be like in a full theater, guys. It's been going crazy where I live though. Every time I pass by like the freaking theater near our house, it's like everybody's there. And I'm like, okay. So I'm just kind of waiting for that time when it becomes empty because I'm not really a good person to sit next to when you're watching a movie, I'm sorry to say. Oh gosh. Just wiping my glasses before I start the art. Because I know for a fact if I am blind, I'm not going to be able to draw shit. So, anyways, guys, hopefully you're doing well. I know I have to get back into actually doodling. So, I've been actually switching in between mics, and it's not fun. It is not fun. So, let's see what we can do. Okay, which pen am I even using is the question. Gosh damn it. This is what I hate the most is that I can't even tell half the time. I can't fix it immediately and it pisses me off. Oh, right, yeah. Just push that button. Everyone's probably expecting me to already have an idea of what I'm going to draw, and I'm like, I have no clue. Generally, I tend to avoid thinking outside. Ugh. I know a lot of people think I should start doing. Oh, fuck. I am trying to get back into talking. This is to kind of practice my way into being more socially active because I know tomorrow I got to stream with Dr. Hino, and then I have to make sure I'm like paying attention. Sometimes I phase out. Not all the time, but it's just like in those moments when you're thinking about something very complicated and then you're like, shit, what was I gonna say? And then you jump back and forth in your mind, and you're like, shit, what do I just say anything? Gosh. Okay, let me see if I can actually hear myself on the because honestly, what the hell? Okay. 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 Now that I got some music playing in the background, I should be a little bit more chatty. But like I said, when it comes to some elements of me actually doing reviews, I just kind of, especially with more popular stuff, I just think, okay, everyone's already talking about it. Like, if you're not talking about Superman, like, I see some of my associates here. I hear some of my associates talk about it here and there, and then I hear some of my friends ask me when we're just like talking about movies or like video games or something, and it's like Superman sometimes manages to get into the conversation, and I'm like, and they look at me and they're like, "When are you gonna make a Superman video?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really feel like always riding the boat of that. I feel like everyone, when they look at my like other videos I've made, which is mostly has been hotel stuff, and it's been a long time since I've actually talked about a comic book thing. I think the I have to actually go back and see where exactly my like where exactly I stopped talking entirely about comic books at some point, because I know for a fact everyone and their mom, like, originally a lot of my content on the channel used to just was yeah, revolve around comic books. I used to make video after video every day, going into the same bullshit of this is happening, that is happening. Here's the change of this week. Here's the change of that week. Let's make sure that we can make it comic accurate. And it's really funny to me when I look back at my content centered around those days. And I'm not saying I was wrong, blah blah blah. I have like I was right, blah blah blah. This and that, blah blah blah. Because I honestly, I feel like with a lot of people, they like some people have that feeling of being on their high horse, and they're just like they think they're right 24/7. With my content, I like to I like to look at the elements of development and how we can improve from creating characters, how we can improve our story writing, how we can improve this and that. And then there's that big line of enjoyment just to watch it for the sake of watching it, or for the sake of just wanting to relax to sit down and watching it and not really giving a shit about the development. And oh my god. I swear, if there's like some kind of thing chasing, sorry, like holy shit, I thought I heard something. It's not my dogs, as much as some people like to say. Oh, that's really a great way of doing stuff here and there. Okay, I think the last video I actually did. Now I go through my videos a lot. I clear things up. I remove whatever I don't deem important anymore, or what I don't really think is doing well on the topic, because honestly, sometimes some content just doesn't work out well, and that's okay. That's okay. The last time I even talked about anything comic book related was probably when I was talking about Primer now being in the comic format. And even that's just kind of pushing the boundaries. After that, I just kind of focus on Lore Olympus or my love for analog horror stuff. I got to get back into that boat of working on that stuff. Like, I got to figure out when to do more of those videos, because I'm just like, I love analyzing those. But on the other hand, there's also just like, if I make consistent content connected to that every time, I feel like I'll get bored of it. Now, I know a lot of people are just like, well, don't you get bored of Has Been Hotel or like Hell of a Boss when you talk about like Vivzy Pop stuff or Lore Olympus stuff? I do notice that. Like, it's why I kind of left the Lore Olympus discussion videos, because after those, like after that series was done, that was done for me. I'm not going back. I'm Unless there's a sister series or a sequel series, I'm not going back into the realm of Lore Olympus. Like, let me be real. I do not think it's really worth that much when it comes to talking about series. If I talk about it too much, I'm gonna get annoyed. I'm gonna get mad, and it's just like, why even bother there? Why even bother? In some ways, I do love a lot of elements of Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel, because there are elements and prompts connected that I think could actually be revealed throughout those different shows. It doesn't get boring to where I feel like I'm consistently talking about the same ship. I mean, I am talking about the same ship, but like there's other characters to focus on that kind of have a little bit more development than Lore Olympus. Other than that, I'm just like, And then there was Pan Hall. Oh gosh. Did I do like anything aside from top 5 Lore Olympus characters? Like the top 5 worst characters? Okay, I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't. And a lot of the times, my content focused on webtoons does a lot better than my content connected to comic books. Now, I'm not saying like that's erased a part of my love for comics. Hell no. Hell no. I have found a streamer to torment with my insanity finally. That is very good, Rats. Tell me, how are you doing and what are your plans to torment me with? Tell me all about them. I'm available. I don't have anything else going on unless I decide to like play Resident Evil 4 then. That's quite a possibility. That is quite the possibility. The debate is whether I go for the original or remake. I hate sand, it's rough, coarse, it's irritating, and it gets everywhere. Crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room full of rats. Rats make me title card. Baked potato, high cheese. Oh my god, you are going crazy there. I like it. Keep typing away, my friend. Keep typing away. While I try and figure out what character I'm even going to draw. Or if I'm just going to focus on building body types or something for drawing. But yeah. Other than that, I'm just like, I feel like a lot of the time when people go into like the debate of example being right now highest example of everyone talking about it is Superman, and I'm like, a lot of people a lot of people are either loving it or they're shitting on it. It's amusing to watch to see the differences, and then it's just like you see the people who are shitting on it, and they go after it's one thing if they go after the people think thing about character A, B, and C from the comics. That's one thing, but if you legitimately love love the character, you love the movie, yeah, and you just like commented on a random post that centered on, oh yeah, I enjoyed the movie, and then you see those people go straight into like, that person and being like, oh well, you're an idiot, you're blah blah blah, and it's like, dude, they're not even looking for a fight. Like that just kind of rude and a dick move. It, it's it's kind of what has me concerned in a lot of ways. Like, again, if somebody is legitimately being a dick about their information and bringing it up about, like, oh, I know about character A, B, and C, and then you want to debate about them with that information and going into that, that's one thing. But if they're just like minding their own business and being like, oh, I enjoyed the movie, and you're just like, you come out of fucking nowhere and you're like, what? It totally sucked. Like, I get that that's the internet, but it's like, at least find the comment that's like actually debatable. That's the one thing to me that I like find weird, is that they go after the ones not looking for a debate instead of just going into a comment that's a debate. It's weird. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. That is a lot of. Then there's the people who are just there. Yeah, yeah. It, it's wild. It's really wild because you're either in. Yeah. Ugh. Let me revert that because I can English today. You're either on one side or you're on the other. You can't be in the middle when you're just like, hey, I enjoyed Man of Steel, but I also like this movie. It's like, is that hard to accept? Is that's the thing to me. Is it hard to accept that you can like both of them? It's like trying to compare spaghetti to like chicken carbonara. It's still a pasta dish. Okay, no, that's a bad example. Ugh. Wait, no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's just like the way I said it. That sounded stupid. But it's like trying to compare two different types of spaghettis and enjoy them both. What if somebody doesn't want to eat meat right then? Sure, let them have their mushrooms and peas and their spaghetti talk about, and like, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. That is very accurate, Rat. So this is an average internet experience. NPC 1. Hey, I like this movie. NPC 2. Shut up. I hope you die. And nowadays people just spam bad rage bait everywhere. Exactly. It's just it feels so unnecessary, and it's like, you know, you could go and write your own script if you want to, or you could go and liked previously multiple times, stream it on whatever streaming platform it's on, go for it. Like, but sitting there all the day. Okay, sorry about that. Am I even back on? Okay, just testing to see if this actually is still going off. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me. If not, then let me just put that in the comment. Okay, that's good. Okay, just gotta make sure I can actually turn on the. I hate this keyboard. Same. Same. I have the same problem. My keyboard acts up and I'm just like, oh shit. Now I gotta like see if I can even edit this. Sometimes I have to turn off my computer entirely just to make sure it can work and I can actually write the titles down. And then other moments I'm just like, maybe I should just buy a new computer, but then I'm like, I can't afford that. I can't. Not at this moment. So that's fun. That's fun. But yeah, other than that, I'm just like all over the place, just trying to focus on figuring out what, trying to draw. I know a lot of people wanted to hear my thoughts on it, and it's like, and I know a lot of my original viewers are just curious of when I'm going to post my next comic review idea or discussion, and I'm just kind of like, I got bored of it a long time ago. I got, and oh my goodness, I almost thought that was going to kill my screen, but it didn't. Okay, that's good. Because my like screen flashed, and I was like, oh wait, am I going to be like cut off again? Oh, okay, where did I even put that pen? YouTube or streaming services are buggy like that. Yeah, they very much are, and it's kind of frustrating to me at this rate. Because then I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be able to stream off my PS5 and hope that my gaming experience is able to be shown. It is going to be one hell of a time when I have to like do that. Because every Saturday and Sunday are just like, I've been chaotic in 5 other streams already and it keeps lagging for no reason. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Other than that, I'm just kind of like trying to practice how I'm drawing my female and male bodies, and maybe one day I'll actually get back into the groove of character designs or something. Like, it's funny when I can be so active with drawing other people's characters, but then my own characters, it's like another story. It's it's kind of funny because I'm just like, oh god. I don't think I'm ready to draw this character yet or that other character, and I'm oh gosh. Andy, welcome to the stream. It's great to see that you're doing character designs. Right, like why are you lagging YouTube? Not the only problems I've had with it though. Sometimes I can't read more on posts. Other times I can't interact with shorts. All that weird stuff. That is definitely weird. Yeah. Steven, welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing? And I'm just like staring at my like internet bar on my stream and I'm like, "Oh shit, you better not kick me out, bitch. Please don't kick me out. I beg. I beg." But yeah, I had to basically deal with debating if I'm going to even do a review for the Superman movie because I'm just like I don't know. I don't think I will. It feels very forced to just ride the waves of viewership and more views and shit. It feels eh because if I say the wrong thing at the wrong time, I it's on one side. Say and thinks it's whatever. And I basically almost got into an argument. And like this wasn't me purposely getting into an argument. This was just me being like, yeah, I think I might go see it because this reason. And lo and behold, once I revealed that possibility of the reason is the fact that Crypto the Superdog is in the movie, I've somehow became an idiot, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm already kind of an idiot, but sure, dude, sure, got it. Your mic breaking up? Oh fuck! If it's breaking up, oh fuck! Come on, buddy. Don't lose. Okay, okay, there we go. It's just like to me, I just don't really care about trying to prove that this one is better, that one's better. Honestly, it's like I'm in the middle grounds here. I enjoyed Snyder's Man of Steel for the cinematography. Everything else, the element, it's an off and on thing for me. But I did enjoy the cinematography. At least good cinematography there. All you just really want to do is watch the dog or see the ending and hope that it's actually, planting planting the seeds nicely. I hate this app so much. Oh wait, hold up. We got like a 600 sub difference. That's cool. Oh, that's definitely cool. Yeah. And I know a lot of people have thought about like going back and reviewing like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and I've debated about going back to that. I've debated mostly so I could see what exactly would work and could need some improvements on, because if we're going to be changing anything for that, there better just be improvements is all I'm saying. Because I can almost barely remember that story. And that's probably because I tend to phase out most of Tom King's writing. It's sometimes you just gotta wonder how exactly did he manage to just get into that position, because I may not know a lot about some DC characters and some Marvel characters, but if I'm gonna be writing anything movie wise, you better be using me for the character I know most about. I can't imagine him doing well in the Supergirl movie. I just mm, if he's on a leash, if he's on a leash and he's being monitored about what kind of bullshit he puts in, then maybe. But again, since I haven't read the book in a long while, and I gotta probably go back to that and see what happens, because I honestly, it would not be too bad to go back, because then if I ever go see the Supergirl movie, I can just be like, okay, there's improvements there. There's not some improvements here, but I'm just like, it's debatable. Wunderbar, Fralian is live. Oh my god, I am not able to speak. Evie, your sneezing caught my attention. Are you okay? Anyways, I'm at like, okay. Rat says I'm at like 1.23k totally different content style. LMAO. Yeah, they won't be making any Leon movies anytime soon, Kate. LMAO. I know. I wish. If I just put it under a different name, I'm sure it would still sell. And everyone would still know which character I'm even doing it, like doing the movie based off of. And they would still sell. It would just be under a different name. I can totally pull something like that off. Yes. Yes, I can do that. Oh crap, Superman was so freaking good. Everyone's been telling me that. Everyone's been telling me that. Like, one side of my friends have been telling me that. The other half is just like iffy about it. And then there's the ones that just kind of kick their feet and pout. Okay. There has been something though. There has been something that I've been working on a little bit. I just gotta dive back in, see what I forgot. Evie, do you even want to say anything to me? I'm just like going back and trying to figure out where I place that piece, because what did I even have for the Riding Hood portrait? I hope it's nothing bad. Oh wait, no, it's ugly as hell. Never mind. Never mind. From a while ago. Trying to find something I've been working on, but I haven't been really finishing on. I've been working on a lot of art pieces. I think I'll show you some of my favorites that I've worked on. Um, Mostly due to the fact that I love being able to play around with different pens. So here's one piece that I really enjoyed making due to the fact that I was working with the charcoal pen for a while, like for the first time for this piece, and I was just like, holy shit, this thing is actually a miracle maker. Like, oh my god, where have you been my entire life? Because I love the smoothness. of the charcoal pen, and now I'm almost using it for every piece now, and it's just like I've grown attached. Okay, and then there's a few other pieces. Again, like I've said, I've been experimenting with different styles and trying to balance out the effectiveness of my line art, and it's all over the place. It's all over the place because I'm just like I'm trying my best to juggle the concept of using the charcoal pen and then also trying to balance it out with like characters that I've never thought of actually drawing. Like I'm always picking the one that I can really take on because it's like some of these things I probably wouldn't even think about doing. Like this character, Grace, basically has these like little cute orbs attached to her sleeve, attached to the guitars in the way. And honestly, I never think about drawing characters with like so many things attached to their shirts, okay? Or their style. When I first design a character, they always turn out the same way because I'm always trying to make it easier for me to draw them and I'm like, yeah, I've really got to improve on figuring out my character design elements to improve on, which is trying to find different styles for each character. What was another good piece that I did? Okay, so I am not seeing anything. Okay, so okay, where was oh and I'm just like, why was the stupid thing you did making her keep her shoes on? Does anyone swim with their shoes? Other than that, I just really love wavy characters. Still gotta improve on the elements of actually doing anything with, you know, their hair types actually being all around in the water because that's one thing I was kind of disappointed. Like I think those are moments when you realize you can actually notice those like mistakes you make. Kill me off. I'm okay. Good. Swimming in shoes equals death. Okay, so yeah, but my latest piece that I just finished last night has to be one of my favorites because I was giving myself a time limit and my priority was focusing on making sure I actually did better blending. You can see that there's, a couple of different mistakes. You can definitely see what was my favorite part of this drawing was the character itself. It's a Spider Sona character or Spider OC for like, in Spider Verse across the Spider Verse. This person had the like Ghost Rider and Spider Grace. I kind of whenever I do these like art fight challenges, I tend to randomize what I need to do. Like I could see this complete image finished in my head. I was like, I can see him on this giant pole, and then I'm like, oh shit, the orb that he's sitting on is it's like bad. But like I said, I gave myself a time limit. This isn't like supposed to be perfection. This is supposed to be something that challenges you. It gives somebody something worth looking at of like how you see their character and such. I think that's like one of the best things I can really give somebody, because at the time you're going to be pulling yourself down if you do not limit yourself to some elements, because I know me, I'm a perfectionist. If I had the ability to do this piece for let's say a whole month of doing this piece, I would there will be a lot of things that would be changed. There will be a lot of things that would be changed. But I wanted to give the person show how awesome they are. If I didn't limit myself to the image I saw in my head to challenge the idea of bringing change the background, I probably would have changed the sky. I wouldn't have been able to do like the pose. I probably would have changed the pose, because you know what? As artists, we're gonna be like always changing something, and with me being me, I'm gonna be like doing that times 1,000, and I probably would not finish this piece. Oh shit, my mic is cutting off. Oh shit. Can you still hear me? Let me know if you can. If you can't, like let me just comment down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we've been telling you. Okay, okay. Yeah, it's just cutting in and out every once a bit. Oh shit. That really fucking suck. Oh, okay. Maybe if I talk very slowly, the microphone won't be a dick to me. Because I know I talk very fast, and that could be the reason why it does not like me. That could be why. Sounds like a connection issue. Okay, let me see what I can do. The microphone doesn't like ranting. Oh my fucking goodness, yeah. Okay. No, it's definitely connection or latency. Okay. I'm going to exit the studio and then I'm going to be right back. So let me try and see if the connection is the problem. So I'm going to exit real quick. Okay. I am back from the dead. Can you guys hear me better? Hopefully, you can hear me better. Okay, Rat said yes. Okay, okay. That's good. Karen, welcome to the stream. Yes, way better. Okay, then it was a connection issue. Okay, now that we got that resolved, let me just pull the screen back up. Evie, what are you gonna say to the audience? That's very important. Oh my gosh, she's too cute. Damn it, I hate being right all the time. I know. It sucks. It really sucks. Okay, let me just I think I got a few character things that I can kind of show because honestly, I am both in a talkative mood about my different characters and such, and I love being able to spoil myself of being able to talk about the characters. Oh my goodness, Evie, are you okay? Okay, I knew that wasn't the issue, Evie. I didn't know that was. Sorry, I got distracted by Evie just like looking at something, and I was just like, that better not be a bug, because if that's a bug, and if it's specifically a moth, Fred's just gonna have to sit on the table because Fred is able to get rid of them faster. That kind of reminds me. A few nights ago, I saw the biggest moth in my life, and I was just sitting there the entire time, just like hoping to God that that thing was just a figment of my imagination, and there's no such thing as moths as big as my hands. Because it looked like it was 2 hands big, and I'm just sitting there like, fucking shit. That thing better not get into the room because then it's gonna revive my nightmare that I got my well, not nightmare, but fear. I mean, it's generally the same thing of moths coming into any house of mine and getting to my back and laying creepy moth babies. Thank you, Code Veronica, for giving me such a detailed nightmare to make my fear of moths much worse. Thank you. Thank you. Clearly, she hasn't seen. Yeah, I've only seen some Godzilla movies. Not the one with the moth though. Or I probably didn't see the scenes with the moth because I was probably covering my face with a pillow at the time. Clearly, you haven't seen my abnormally large 1 year old cat. She's the size of an adult cat already. She's not full grown. Oh my god. We got a lot of cats here at my house. They're not like huge or anything. They're like little Persians. And one of them's some name of breed that I can't even say. I can't word out to save my life. Hmm. I remember when I was doing that Resident Evil challenge for myself during like the fall time for October, I think, and I was just consistently posting all these like Resident Evil like themed drawing just like, oh my god, I hate this, I hate that, oh god, the perspective in this one sucks. All these finished art pieces in one day, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm not happy. Oh god, where did I put that one piece that I had that like it wasn't done by me, it was done by one of the people I think I didn't even put it onto my computer, but I thought I did because it was a piece I bought during my vacation. I hired this like very amazing artist to just kind of paint a scene just because I kind of wanted this like dramatic scene done with like my character Cindy, and I'm like, shit, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. Okay, I probably didn't put it on my phone, not phone, no, computer, which means I probably have it in my Discord floating around somewhere. I don't know where it went. Oh fuck, the mic is fucking me over again. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm gonna exit again and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Is it fixed? Or am I gonna have to do that again? Okay, that's good that it's fixed. Okay, good. Good. Now, I did find one of my Resident Evil OC commissions that was basically a comic that I hired an artist that I know from Tumblr, and I know for some people, oh, that's the first immediate place you should look, and I'm like, that was sarcasm there. I swear, internet, if you fuck with me, I I don't know, I have no idea. We're actually getting a different internet connection sometime next week or something. I'm not too sure from my family so far that we're getting a different internet connection. So that's probably why I keep getting cut off here and there because this internet is definitely lacking. It's definitely oh, fuck. Shit. Gosh damn. It, okay, let me see what I can do to fix that. Okay, I am back. Okay. Hopefully that either fixed it or it didn't. If not, then I'm gonna be pissed. I'm sure you guys can probably hear Fred. Yeah, Fred, I know. Okay, I'm good, says Karen. Okay. Let me just actually connect the thing again. If not, just trying to get the. All right, right. Have a nice night and stay safe and stay hydrated. I'm not going to try and do my usual quote because whenever I say my usual quote, The dogs get very excited. Then they're all like, they start barking, they start surrounding me. They've memorized my outro word by word, that whenever I start to get close to finishing, one of them always gets up. They get onto my lap. They're like right close to the microphone sometimes. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, oh shit, they know what time it is. To them, it means going out. But yeah, I couldn't find my painted commission, which is totally fine by me. I do like going back to revisit old pieces that my commission artist, now her name is Fing Shu. Fing Shu. Feng Shu? Man, I butchered that most likely, but she is a very excellent artist. She mostly does a lot of OC stuff with her Resident Evil characters. And honestly, I love being able to check out her artwork. It's really fun to just like look at fun doodles of all this, sort of slice of life, then drama stuff, going back to like her character's relationship with Wesker. It's why I kind of chose her to do this specific comic, because whenever I do anything with my character Alan, now Alan, I'll shorten episode. Yeah, I'll short. Oh fuck, my internet connection is being a asshole again. I'm noticing the internet bar right there, and I'm like, shit. You guys can still hear me, right? Let me know. Okay. Are you having bad weather? I don't know. I'm gonna have to check my weather app right now, because I'm literally confused. Storm's likely tomorrow. Great. And on my stream next time with Dr. Hino, I may or may not get disconnected. I'll have to let him know about that when we do the stream tomorrow. If I can even get this shit to work. We are that has to that shit fucks with my connections bad. Yeah, it's just it's really bothersome when this happens, and I usually have to figure out a different thing. So yeah. Oh my god. People, I just hit an old man going 100 down a school zone. Okay. Okay. But yeah, it just says storms are more likely happening tomorrow afternoon for me, so I'll have to check in again, like I said, with Dr. Hino on that. But I think I'm getting somewhere with my writing on this particular scene. Now, I jump around with a lot of different characters, and Alan is probably my more favorite character to write up, because he's more on the edge of somebody you wouldn't really think is someone you would think would be a part of Wesker's team or group or anything connected to him. You just think, oh, this guy's just an idiot. Due to his like go lucky attitude, sometimes I'm just like, oh my god. But if this keeps going on with the internet, I'll probably end up ending the stream, because honestly, I do not like how I have to go back and forth between my. Okay, so now it disappeared, and if I go away, oh wait, no, it showed back up. It showed back up. It's getting weaker. Damn. Evie, what do you think is gonna happen next? Just punch your router in the face. I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that, because I can't with this. I can't. So I guess I'll just like kind of show you guys up close the dialogue and not talk, just to kind of give you guys an idea of how it is. Maybe one of these days I might actually learn how to edit, because there are moments in time where I'm like, show off your own like OC moments and like just kind of have like background noise and shit. And then you're like, oh shit, I don't have a good guy voice. I mean, lots of people tell me I have a deep voice, but I wouldn't really consider that. Yeah, I need help. If you need somebody to hide a body, don't ask me. I don't. I've already led too many people to the swamp. And yeah, but honestly, like the way that she does her drawings are just like beautiful to me because I'm just like even with like zombies, she can make it still look pretty detailed. Now, there is a better quality file that I don't have on this computer because at the time, like, I didn't think about it at the time when I posted this onto my Tumblr. Yes, I have a Tumblr that is mostly for OC stuff. Will I ever actually have any connection to that? I'm not really sure. I'll be honest. When it comes to doing that kind of stuff, it's just like, eh. It's just there to kind of keep like everything on file. I just brought back the USSR. Oh my god. Yeah. Like I will tell you this. When it comes to actually drawing the inside, like skeletons, I honestly suck at it. So seeing her actually do rib bones without feeling the need to like slam her head into like her computer, because whenever I try and draw rib bones, my first thoughts are always like, if I just if I just use some kind of paint, like just draw it as black and then add in the details later. Oh my god, Evie, are you okay? This art reminds me of Helsing. Honestly, I have no idea who her influences are, but every time I'm just kind of like, he draws Wesker doing anything. It's just kind of like, it's amazing. You can easily see him being pissed off or not even express emotional at all. Just pissed off or motionless or just like whatever he's thinking behind those shades. Speaking of which, why would you even wear shades in the middle of the night during any event? Like, it's one thing if you're wearing them in the daytime, but like, I wonder how blind you'd be wearing shades in the dark. Like, I actually, what if I did that? Like, what if I just decided for the heck of it to wear shades for my next Resident Evil playthrough? Like, for like the first game, where I basically just wear those the entire time in the dark while trying to kind of work my way with the screen, and that's it. I don't know. That seems kind of like hard. Dude kind of looks like Ryan Reynolds. Oh my god, I gotta get like a gotta show like the characters up close because like oh my god. There are some moments where she does forget like the What do you call glasses? You don't call I call them like guns. No, I don't think. I never exactly learned what the pulling sticks of the glasses are called. I actually got to look that shit up. Okay. What are glasses sidebars called? I don't know. What about Colts? Oh my god. Arms, temples. Oh, okay. Temples, I don't get. Arms, okay. I mean, it's like the glasses are hugging your face, so. Wait. Now you guys are reminding me of something that I just. It won't leave me alone now, and now I'm just kind of thinking about it. Oh my gosh. I just want to delete this page from the screen. Oh my god. The way that, like, every time I'm just, like, looking at this page, I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm just kind of, like, phasing in and out with, like, the way that she can draw, like, Wesker actually giving a shit, sort of. Because the whole intention with the writing between Alan and Wesker was the fact that Wesker could basically manipulate Alan into thinking he's part of some big program to save the world from falling into chaos, because that's usually how fucked up people tend to pull in others with emotional manipulation. And now, since you guys brought up cults, now my mind just keeps going back to the fact that is Wesker wearing Morpheus? Oh god, oh god. It was back in the summer of '69. Oh god. Okay, so yeah. The whole fact was that when I was working on the script, I just kind of wanted to go with, like, I had one of my followers on my Discord kind of help me with this, it because you guys are better at acknowledging some elements of Wesker's character than me, and I felt like with knowing that information that you gave me, that I could play around with this concept that Wesker is generally, like, able to put on different masks for different people, and how he manages to form his connections is just, to me, it feels like something that can be talked about. Oh my god, Fred, can you tell which one of these dogs are my favorite child? Totally Fred. Yeah. I'm just getting back into, like, looking at the comments right now, guys. Fred, Fred, Fred. Funny thing is, if I pick him up, he's just gonna shut up. And then when I put him down, he's gonna get back to doing that. Uh, Karen, these are not my drawings. These are from a person I commissioned. Her name is on Tumblr. She is Feng Shu. I'm again. I probably most likely butchered that, and most of the time you can find her within her the Resident Evil OC community. You'll most likely find her comics on there, and they're fun to read. They're fun to go through because I honestly love the idea of Wesker having a former aesthetic as being a perfect family man and husband, and then working the way through that drama is just kind of fun to me. Oh my god, Fred, 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 you want to come over here? You want to say hi? I promise. I promise I'll give you a treat. I promise. He knows if he gets picked up, he's gonna not be talkative. I remember that man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Every time you guys talk, I'm just like, wow. Okay, like Karen, let me show you what my art style looks like so you know that this is not again, this is another artist. I hired them to like draw the comic. I worked on the script. I just mostly okay, I'll just like put the ending over here real quick. And the fun thing about this artist is that she knows a lot about Wesker, and she did kind of work on some of the dialogue as well. So I think she fixed a couple of Wesker's lines that I gave to her, and it actually worked out better than I thought it would. And this is the kind of thing I love working with other artists and people who love the same you know type of knowledge. I can kind of give you the pointer like they won't step on your toes. They will purposely lead you into another like dance that you probably didn't know, but like that's the best way I could describe to go with it, if that makes sense. Maybe that didn't make much sense, but hey, it's it's what I love about working with like other people in the community. It's always fun. Oh my freaking goodness, my mic sucks. I will be right back. I will hopefully have a better time speaking. Maybe not. All right, I am back. Okay, let's see. Can you guys hear me better? Damn it. Okay. I'm going to try my best to talk in a very slow manner, or at least a very somewhat decent slow manner. So that way the connection doesn't beat my ass like the bitch it is. I know I gotta not swear that much, but I'm just, this is kind of ticking me off. Hear you good? That's good to hear. It's good to hear. But yeah, let me see what I can do because oh my god, I gotta really pull in the other art that I've worked on to kind of give you give you an idea of where my style is because again, like I said, I always tend to get people hired to work on like mini comics or mini scenes just so I can kind of goof around with other elements that I can't do myself. Okay, where is it? Okay, I know I'm very quiet. I probably got cut off by the internet because the internet likes to be. Oh shit, I like your profile pic a lot. Do you actually do your eye makeup like that in real life? I sometimes do that for conventions if I'm doing anything connected to the Dazzler, considering that's why I kind of have the makeup like this. Obviously, it used to be originally blue, but I figured I liked doing the red better, and I think it worked better for my profile. So it wouldn't seem like I'm being just like just like this or just like that. Okay, let me just. I'm getting some of my comic pages up because this is a comic I worked on a few I want to say 2 years 2 years ago, and I never got around to finishing it because I just kind of like for for this episode it was like it was enough, and I know I showed like a few people on my Discord, or I probably posted it there on my Discord, but I figured I might as well just show them what it looked like just so people could see what I was even capable of. It's just like a 12-page comic that never really went anywhere because I was just kind of like overly unsure if I should even make it into a comic series, because this was one of my first ideas that I wanted to play around with. And it's honestly one of those things where I just kind of, I'm not sure if I ever will. It sounds kind of weird, but I will give you the prompt of the summary of it, not prompt. I'm just confusifying words, aren't I? I probably even read this on like one of my live streams once, so this will probably be a second reminder for some people. Maybe it might be the first introduction I have to have for my newer viewers, but it's just like working on comics are is not hard. But it is hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. I don't want people ever thinking, "Oh, it's the most easiest job." No, it isn't. It is not. It is. Uh, that's the word I was looking for, dead guy. That's exactly the word I was looking for. But yeah, the whole synop Cinnabopus, the fucking shit. I can't even say the word. Evie, can you believe I can't even say that word? Pretty much can't believe you can't do much of anything, Mom. Seriously, Evie? I'm serious. Damn it, Evie. But yeah. Sin op piss. Sin op. Okay, so I'll just sum it up for you guys. Basically, it was about this only one human guy working in a restaurant with all these different supernatural creatures, whether they were scary or fantasy like. He was the only human there. And Thumbelina, why are you scratching my back? And if so, can you do it on the right side a little bit more so than the left side? Or are you just doing that to piss me off? Oh, you actually did. Wait, no, that was my left side. I meant this side. Come on. Okay, fine. Anyways. So it was about this human guy who works at a restaurant. He's the only one there that's human, while everyone else supernatural creature. And is my microphone still on? It looks like the connection is going down, and I'm like, oh shit. Evie, I mean not Evie, Fred. Don't even joke about that dead guy. She can't even get pregnant anymore. She's had 2 litters. That was enough for me. And let me tell you, sheepadoodles are very big creatures. Okay, it's still on. Okay, so anyways, there were a lot of different characters for this, and I'll try my best to read this through a little bit, and I will check the chat every minute to kind of make sure that everything's going well. So, anyways, I'll start reading. Where's that new guy? He he's walking. Let's get down to this one. He would if he's in the walk-in. Meanwhile, in the walk-in now. Okay, Fred. You wanna just sit there and sound cute by not talking at all? So basically, as you can see, the elements here: werewolf employee talking to vampire employee. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. Page 2 is where we're introduced to our main character, who is busy washing the walk-in fridge. And we're introduced to Pablo. Now, honestly, this was probably more of my difficult pieces because I'm not used to working with perspective that much. So doing it like going from like this panel to that panel to like making sure that there was actually things going on to like even the perspective changing because I needed like different elements of perspective, whether it like for page 2 it had to have a bird's eye view sort of and a mouse worm point of view, and it's just like, oh my god. So looking up and down, it's always difficult working with like that kind of perspective for me. I cannot do it to save my life. Oh, okay. Duncan, was that you? Okay. So, anyways, outside the walk-in, I would like to add to the bet. And of course, we have the main character running out. And honestly, my writing when it comes to these kind of stories, I'm always like trying to be more comedic with a lot of things. I think that's where I specialize in, but then I'm like, oh, I don't think I am that much of a great comedy writer. But the dialogue, I just When I first wrote it, I was probably laughing my ass off, but this was probably not as comedic as I thought it would be. Now that I think about it, looking back. Anyways, you just couldn't wait. Looks like I'm getting $50. I'll pay later. Honestly, it's. Let me look back at the comments just in case. Fractal Brook RP. I'm currently trying to draw a comic about space. Tell me about it. Like, tell me all about it. I mean, don't tell me everything that goes on in your story, but like, what inspires you? What makes you continue on? That kind of thing. That's what I mean. Okay, that didn't go well. You think? What was I supposed to do? You had all day to do it. Oh, go tell him. And honestly, I'm more disappointed with myself for not actually doing much with this piece. Like, I love being able to like do transitions that like from like you can see from the back of their heads they go from this, and then she starts to walk away from him. I really like that. That's probably the only thing I really like, but I probably fucked up somewhere. I don't know where. Probably somewhere. And honestly, it's dialogue. I'm every time I look at like his dialogue, I'm just like, oh shit, I really need to improve on this. I mean, I could probably rewrite this or something. Is it takes place in a restaurant or a fast food place? It's basically a restaurant. The original idea was a fast food place. It was like a different set of characters completely. It was actually the opposite, where it was a ghost haunting this like fast food place where everyone else was human but the ghost, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds pretty funny." That like this ghost does all these orders, and like the boss is just like, "Whatever, as long as we're making money, I don't give a shit if she's a ghost or if she's your mom or if she's your like if she's a hobo. As long as I'm making money, I don't give a shit." It was kind of funny when I was writing that, but I don't actually have a like comic based off of that. I only have a prompt and a set of old rough draft sketches that I don't know for the life of me are. So yeah. Page 6. Okay. Oh, Vanessa, it's just you. I'm sorry for freaking out. It's fine. I should have told you about Pablo. I got freaked out. Yeah, everyone heard you. Uh, what is Pablo? The next one, I just kind of experimented with the idea that like we kind of have a Sesame Street puppet like character that I based off of one of my coworkers that I used to work with in this like in the restaurant that I did do for. And I wanted to like have a character that was like of a dishwasher custodian type who just like did all the cleaning and such. So yeah, Pablo is a monster created by Waldo. He used a magic wand to try and make. Again, my writing was really up there. And then when I was transitioning it with the writing it with my pen and just trying to write everything, cramming it all in until like the speech did not do well. So yeah. Uh, it is a Muppet. It is a Muppet. It like the character would have been this like chef Muppet that just goes around carrying things, like just basically minding his own business. He borrows his like coworkers' stuff to kind of improve recipes, only for it to backfire. That was the whole thing about Waldo, was that he was just basically this comedic puppet walking around the kitchen, and nobody can really take him seriously, even though he thinks he's the most serious thing in that entire place. But yeah, so we kind of have him still kind of surprised, just sitting there like, what the fuck? You're telling me a puppet made this shit? You're telling me he made that? But yeah, back dialogue. Just give him some ranch and he'll be fine. All he wanted was fine if I didn't say I had favoritism over Vanessa because she is one of my favorite. Again, very, very friendly, very, very fun to be around. And she was basically sort of like a big sister to some, mother type to others. She was all that in one. So it was like really nice. It was really nice. But I I would be lying if I said that I wasn't having a lot of fun writing outdoor scenes where you think, oh, what's there to really see? It's just a parking lot, and it's just like you can put a lot of things in the parking lot, especially in the case that most of the workers in this place are different creatures of fantasy, supernatural, and whatever. Like, but as the series goes on, I was just thinking to myself, it's gonna look more absurd in the moments because you get information just by the looks of. Damn it, Evie! She's distracting me. She's making me not think of what I was gonna say. I haven't even done the splash page drawing for the comic book because I'm sometimes pretty bad at drawing. Oh man, when that happens for me, I just tend to like. Here's the thing: I make a lot of rough drafts for a splash page. If there's going to be like so many details in it, there's going to be like so many elements that I'm going to be focusing on, especially if it's like if there's going to be hidden Easter eggs and that kind of thing. But yeah, um, okay, so dialogue here. Hmm, I'm sorry for misjudging you and everyone else. And Vanessa just basically says, I'm not that surprised she freaked out. I mean, I'm a vampire. And he's like, I know, but I shouldn't have been like that. I should have behaved better. I'll try not to do this again. And she's like, whatever, Gary. Let's just finish our shift. Are you coming or not? And this is where we do get the introduction between Gary and Pablo. I mean, yeah, Pablo. And she's like, if it makes it easier, I'll introduce you both. And Pablo just sticks out, poking his head out, and just waves his spaghetti arm at Gary. And Gary's like, okay, fine, I'll go in. And we get the introduction between the two. And she's just like, Pablo, meet Gary. Gary, meet Pablo. And he's just like, nice to meet you, Pablo. And obviously spaghetti sauce is going to be dripping down from his hand, and he's going to be like, thanks. Now, with that out of the way, let's get back to mopping. Right, got it. And this is probably more of my disappointing like finishings when I was working on this. Again, this was a page comic that this was just a simple sort of scene pilot scene that I was thinking of, it probably won't see the day to be colored or inked. I think I did have a set of inked pages, which were like 6 pages, but I probably lost them. So here's the final scene. I love quiet moments where you finish everything off and you can see the characters obviously interacting without the need of dialogue. Those are my favorite kind of scenes. You kind of understand what's going on without anybody saying, "Oh," and then he picked up the mop and just continued his job, because obviously you're gonna see that. The indie comic scene is littered with Comicsgate and MAGA, and I just can't anymore. Tell me about it, dead guy. Tell me about it. And this isn't me being like bitter, annoyed. This is just me being exhausted. Like, can't somebody write a comic without it feeling like it's gotta be because of this creators on this political side, so you should buy their comic because they're this political side? Like, I'm not gonna go, listen to any musician because they're of this political party. I'm gonna listen to it because it's a good song, a good album. I'm not gonna like read a comic if it's like just because the writer is this party or whatever. It feels like every time people just like to pull that out and say you should support me because I'm of this political party, or it's just that kind of bullshit that I really dislike. Like, I honestly think it's important to entertain, not just because this and that and reasons of ending the wokeness or any of that bullshit. Because for me, like, I'm not I'm not for any like I'm not for anything other than entertainment. And then when people just question you, like, "Oh, where do you stand in this?" And it's like, what does that have to do with the story? Am I telling a political story is the thing? Am I doing that? If not, then should that matter? Yeah, you should go back to the caves. Like, a lot of like characters were created to work in the way of creating a better future for like the next generation. Like, it doesn't really matter to some degree, like if it's like forced down everyone's throats, like from either side. I get that. But if that's what we're all focused on, like why is it that we're using that as an excuse not to like look into actual other stories? Like, this person has to be right leaning or they have to be left leaning. Like, I don't care which party you're a part of, as long as you focus on writing, your story, and you're not, being a dick, then sign me the fuck up. If it's entertaining enough, I will read it. But if it's not, and you're just using it as some kind of bargaining chip to show where you stand and say, "Oh, the other side sucks. Everyone on that side sucks," or "Everyone this," that just pisses me off to no end. Exactly, dead guy. You get it. You get it. You get it. And that's what's like really ticking me off. It's just like he's always been the guy, always fighting the battles, even for the smallest of people. Like, whether you think, like, yes, he might have some views that are different to some degree, but he's still in that zone of being a good man, a good person in general, because he was raised by a good man and, to be a good person. Why would you think, like, and there's a lot of themes of that in, like, whether it's a TV show from like Smallville or like previous old comics from the 70s, 80s. Like, I always look forward to like going back to my like Lois Lane collection, and I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh my God, Kate, you read that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I read like Lois Lane, Superman's girlfriend was my favorite comic." And whenever I bring that up to people, especially when people are just like, "Oh, so you're just like you're just hoping for a feminist story of this character, right?" And I'm like, "No, I just want to write a character that was entertaining when I first picked her up. I like if I was writing Lois Lane, I would be doing stupid fun adventure like ideas. Like Lois Lane is a reporter. Of course she wants to see and hear everything she can to kind of understand everything around her. I think that's the most fun thing that you could probably get away with right now, especially with all these different superheroes and such that we see every day, and we could get more information and we could get more adventures. And back then, yes, it was about her love life with Superman. That was pretty much the tops of the time. Like if you were a girl, all you cared about back then was if your man was eating right and being pretty and making him dinner at home or forcing him to propose to you. Like, and nowadays, like, oh god, now I haven't seen the Superman movie yet, and I know it's gonna go back into like for like Supergirl's movie and how it's like gonna be of Supergirl's like story from Woman of Tomorrow. Again, I have to go back and read that, even if I don't like Tom King specifically a lot in some of his writings, because some of them are just either nonsensical or they just kind of rub me in the wrong way. Not in the way where it's just like, I think he's a weirdo, or I think he sleeps in like, I don't know, footy pajamas with like, I don't know. What's the most craziest thing you can think of, Evie? Yeah, nothing. But you get what I mean. It's just like, eh. When human decency and kindness becomes a thing to criticize someone for is the end of human. It's just crazy because I'm just like, I noticed this when they were talking, like people were like posting the TikToks of Fox News going into it, and I'm like, I kept seeing a lot of funny TikToks that were like focused on that. There was this one TikTok that I keep thinking about because I thought it was really funny, where basically like I don't know if anyone's seen this. I'm gonna try and like I honestly have to like look back to like okay basically they were comparing Zack and James's like versions of Superman, or I mean Snyder and Gunn's Supermans, and it was just kind of funny because the first one was like, you know, Gunn Superman just like saving everything, even like a pod and such. And then he was like talking to a little berry on a tree and being like, he was saying he was basically going to protect the city and such. And then in the Snyder one, it was just like Superman flies at the scene and he's like, "Where's Lois Lane?" And the guy is just like the other guy's just like, "Lois Lane, you just broke down our city." Oh God, I'm sorry. This is what happens when I'm telling a joke. I'm always laughing because I'm like, I'm always thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, Lois Lane, you destroyed our whole city. And he's like, I'm Superman's like, I'm the Man of Steel, not the Man of Steel beams. Like, fix that shit yourself. And the guy's just like, my home just got destroyed and I can't find my son. This is the last piece of my house. You and he's just like, you're an egotistical prick. I'm sorry, but that just kind of really described like was was good. I'm not gonna shit on it. It's just this like some of the scenes with Superman on screen, it just didn't feel like Superman. And the way that like that TikTok poked fun at both of them, but it's just like it feels accurate. But at least gun Superman is saving people, and like I'm not saying Snyder Superman. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's just like when you think about it, it's just kind of really funny. The TikTok clip, and I wish I could show it because honestly, that would be kind of funny. But it's just like when you hear like any soundtracks and such, it's just like YouTube immediately gets onto people's asses and are just they do not like when the soundtracks are used, and you're like, especially for a popular thing like Superman right now, it's like a handful of people can get away with it, but for me, I don't want to take that chance and have YouTube basically be like, "Oh, what were you doing with that?" And I'd be like, showing people a funny clip of what I saw on TikTok, and everyone would be like, "Oh, well, sucks to suck." Oh my god, yeah. Snyder Bros cry harder. Gunn did him right instead of a goth girl with daddy issues. Oh gosh. Okay. Look, Cavill did a great job. It was just bad writing, and Snyder didn't understand the character. Exactly. Exactly. Now, if it wasn't like Superman, it would have been an amazing superhero movie. But it just when you stick the title Superman anywhere, or like do anything with Superman, you're gonna want to see at least one moment of human decency, like human respect, human kindness of any kind from the character, and not just this guy who's just walking around on screen, basically being all badass. Like I feel like that's just some kind of way for, again, not trying to shit on anyone. You can enjoy what you want, but it's just like it kind of felt like whenever they compare the two, it's just like, well, it doesn't really add up, you know? It doesn't really add up into my head that this just doesn't feel like Superman. It just kind of feels like he's got the he's trying to play Superman, but he's just kind of bouncing off and on about it. Again, I really wish we could have seen a lot of like Clark moments from Man of Steel than just like, oh, who is this mysterious creature known as Superman? Oh gosh. Is your comic gonna be on Webtoon? I don't. I'm not really thinking about posting this onto Webtoon. Oh wait, I forgot to show the ending of this like comic, and I was playing around with the idea that there was this other force at hand that was monitoring Gary. The narrator interrupts and is just like, "We don't have time." Wait, but and then it's like the end. I love playing around with concepts like that because whatever from that, you can just scroll around with it, mess around with it, bam. Did you see Brightburn? No, I haven't. I haven't. Maybe one day, but I'm also like, maybe not. I don't know. Gosh. Well, let me just. Oh yeah, this is a. These are both my characters. I'll explain a little bit after I take down the comic pages that I have because I'm always like very focused on making sure everything's clear. Oh gosh. But yeah, I've already talked about her a little bit. This is like my character Cindy Winters, and I'm currently trying to work on a Resident Evil comic. It's still a work in progress to kind of get me into the idea of how to work with my perspective a little bit. Plus, I want any excuse to replay first and the first few games just so I can kind of work on the comic scenes a little bit. But yeah, I basically made Cindy Winters as a basically just a reason how Ethan would even have some combat. I like some ideas of how to do some combat things and actually have a leader for fake organizations for the Resident Evil universe, which I created which was basically called Rope, and I didn't have an idea of who the leader should be, and I was going through that for like months until I figured out, hey, why don't I just kill two birds with one stone? Hence how Cindy Winters came to be. It should be on Webtoon. It's an interesting story so far. I appreciate that. I'm just like like I would have to go back and work on a lot of like the series would be called like for that like Monster Restaurant, and the human employee story would basically be called Dishwashing Chronicles because I didn't really have a good name at the time. It would be something like that. That, and I love random titles like that because you're just like, why would you call it Dishwashing Chronicles? Like, why does that sound like that? And then you go in and read it and you're like, oh, that makes sense. That's why. For your information, guys, I've known Kate for almost 2 years, so apologies if I send her off the rails with random shit. Oh, don't worry, guys. Dead guy has an excuse to do it because I love talking about anything and everything as long as it's appropriate and as long as I'm not like going into severe rants, because I would definitely not be good for severe rants right now. At my restaurant, we called them dish dogs. Oh my gosh. But okay, oh yeah, the other character. I was kind of working on my lore of story since he doesn't have any mention of his parents, and I had the idea that basically his mother's this like tough as nails mom figure that you don't want to piss off because you know she's gonna basically kick your ass inside and outside the house. Like doomed. Well, goodbye, guys. Like those are the vibes I got from her the first time I designed her. As for the other parent or father in this case, Minton, I just wanted a random kind of goofball who you wouldn't really think is the best suitable partner. Kind of wanted someone to balance out the need to humanize her in a way where it's like we see her most of the time with like a motionless expression, well, stoic expression, and just not really giving a shit during work. But with him, it's completely different. But yeah, then it just kind of led me to making a whole family tree, but I'm not going to go into that right now because if I do, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to basically be like, oh, this reason for why Cindy's such a, you know, asshole, tough as nails mom figure, wife, and Minton is basically this way because that reason and this, and I was just like, yeah, there's a lot there. Did I have anything? Oh wait, I can definitely show it since I think I can access it. Just give me a moment because when I show you guys this, it's like one of my favorite pieces so far. I just need to make sure I actually have it on for me to show you. Frick. I know I had it there. No, I was looking for. Oh, there it is. Wait, I don't think that's the fully finished form. Well, whatever. I'm gonna post it anyways. We'll copy and paste it onto like. Wait, I think I could probably access the files from my email because I'm like, oh, I remember now. Because I'm a dumbass and I forget these things, and obviously I should remember to check those things when I do. Okay. Oh, damn it. The file is taking too long to load. Come on. Give me it. Give me it. Come on. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I can hear you. Oh, yeah, you can. Sorry about that. Okay, just trying to make sure I have it up. Let me take a sippy sip. Okay, there it is. There it is. So, honestly, this is one of my favorite commissions that I've gotten like this year, and it's mostly due to the wait. Is my mic on? I got to double check. Yeah, my mic's on. But yeah, this is one of my favorites due to the fact that they took their time with the shading and such. Yeah, the background is super simple, but I kind of wanted something that reflected off of both the characters and didn't have like so many details that it kind of lost the vocal point that this is basically sort of like a past and present type piece. It's like all like the beginning of Raccoon City to like Village over here. It's like I feel like it's the most perfection, like the most perfect thing in my head when it comes to like presenting these two. And let me tell you, it's when I first saw this, I was actually crying a little bit because I'm like, oh man, I was gonna add like I was gonna ask them to like throw in Rosemary, but I wasn't too sure where she would even be, and I was just like, that feels like too much, like past, present, and future. It's not gonna work because I would have to figure out which scene to use for that, and I was like, I didn't have time. But yeah, currently working on the script for my fan comic, so I'll eventually end up editing that when I get the time. I still gotta actually do a lot of other things, but I'm just like, eh. But yeah, I was debating about having Cindy in for the first Resident Evil, but I'm just like, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. She kind of feels more like a Resident Evil 2 and 3 kind of character. Just because I love the idea of like her running around trying to get everything back together and then being tossed into like insanity when she's like least expecting it. I got some designs already made for her on my sketchbook. I'm not gonna like take a picture and post it here because I'm like I want to save some things for when I actually do anything. But the whole thing was just like me thinking, wouldn't it be kind of funny to have like someone like Cindy running around Raccoon City half dressed, being pissed off with everything going on. Like it was kind of funny thinking about that. Like her almost talking like she's losing everything at once. Like again, the reason why I was saying that is because like with a lot of the scenes, it's just gonna be a lot of like, why the fuck is this happening to me? Why the hell does anyone expect me to like basically poking fun at the whole, oh, she's wearing a skimpy outfit. That's very hot. And then showing the impractical impr- impracticalness of it all. This is not me bashing it. This is not me bashing it. It's poking fun at it. I think that's something I really enjoy doing when it comes to writing any characters, poking fun of. Oh frick! I cannot talk. Poking fun at the whole idea that everybody who is, sexy and wearing sexy clothes during a horrific time, yeah, it's gonna be ripped to shreds. It is going to be ripped to shreds with all the like dialogue that I have. I'm too excited. I'm too excited about the idea of jokes. And it's just mostly questions because I'm just like, well, if I was running around like because I keep remembering this one scene from Until Dawn where basically one of the female characters is just wearing a towel and it's just kind of funny to me because I'm just like, it's the freezing temperature and she's only wearing a towel and the power is still out. What's gonna go wrong here? I don't know. I don't know. But the idea that like Cindy's walking around dealing with the bullshit of like Nemesis and such, I'm just like, that's gonna be fun. It'll probably be a bit of Nemesis in another character I've made, but that's a story for another time when I actually don't feel like rambling about them. Yeah, I know, guys. I'm just like going all in about this and that. Who was the main villain in your comic book? Oh my god. Do you mean for my Resident Evil fan comic or do you mean for the like the dishwashing chronicles? Because I have so many villains that I'm just like it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Oh, okay. For like this dishwashing chronicles. Oh, it would just basically be competitive, like other restaurants and such, like completely run by either normal people or just like really insane people, just to kind of show how different the atmosphere is and the competitiveness of the characters. But yeah. Oh shit. It's 2 hours long. I think I might have to end this now, guys, because I'm just like I did what I had to do to like make sure that I had everything running for the stream. So this will probably do very well tomorrow night if I can even make my like setup work for my stream with Dr. Hino. Hopefully that goes well. I will let you guys know tomorrow in the afternoon whether or not I'm going to be streaming or if the weather is being a bitch to me. But yeah. Anyways, oop, dead guy. He's getting sleepy. Bye, guys. Bye, Kate. Talk soon. I will talk to you later. Good to hear from you, and I'm very happy you got to join me tonight. And everybody else, you did awesome listening to me ramble, and I appreciate every single one of you. Anywho's, so this is the end of the stream. I'm happy you guys got to have fun listening to me ramble. I don't get a chance to draw that much or talk about my artwork that much, so yeah. All right, so here's the outro. Oh my god, Fred knows what's up. So yeah, stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, what, Fred? What do you mean?
You gotta ask him to join the membership.
Fred, I'm not asking people to join the membership.
Where am I gonna get my fishy cracker?
Fred, forget about your fishy crackers. Okay, if you guys want, I have a membership for my channel, and I have coffee. Check out either one of them, and make Fred's wish of getting fishy crackers for every week, because he is obsessed and needs to go to dog rehab.
I didn't even get a shit.
Okay, you guys heard him. Just check out the membership, maybe. It's okay if you can. Totally understandable. Like this video, and check out my next stream tomorrow and the weekend for the gaming streams. I appreciate every single one of you. Stay safe, stay cool, and most importantly, stay hydrated. This is Dazzling Kate signing the hell out of here.